All right, man. NBA Finals are
Yo,
set. We got
yes,
the
indeed.
Pacers versus the Thunders, man.
I
The
gotta say, man,
Thunder.
I'm probably more geeked up about this finals than I have been in, I don't know, about a decade. I don't know why. I'm so in tune with this one. I mean, small market teams. I ain't really a big fan of none of the players like that. For some reason, I'm really geeked up to watch this finals. I don't
I
know
am
why.
too.
I really don't understand why.
Because it's something new. It's something new. It's players you hadn't seen play in the finals before. It's cities you haven't seen play in the finals in a long time. So it's something new. It's a breath of fresh air. It's the next evolution of basketball is happening.
Hmm.
Let's embrace it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Cause
Pretty
cause cause
much.
LeBron, Steph, KD, they're on their way out, man. Those guys, I mean, what was Steph is in his what 17th season? KD is in his 18th. LeBron is doing his 22nd.
Yeah,
It's
man.
time. It's
Yeah.
time to move on. It's time for the next generation of NBA players for us to get excited about. I'm ready.
Yeah, man. It's there. Like you said, it's time, man. Um, I don't know what this next generation of superstars gonna look like after those big ones go, the big four leave. It's to me, it's not looking good right now, but we'll see.
Eh,
We gonna
we'll
see.
see. We'll see. I think we got some prime candidates, and I love the fact that the game is evolving back to the mid range shot. You know what I
Back to the
mean?
mid range, and then maybe they start getting some big men that have some post up moves.
And maybe they will get back to that. I doubt it, but
I doubt it. I
I
doubt it.
doubt
I
it.
doubt it.
But I
Yeah.
like the little guards getting into the paint, pulling up the Brunsons, the
Yeah.
SGAs. The mid range game is back. The stuff we used to see from Jordan, from Isaiah, from Rip
Yep.
Hamilton. You remember Rip Hamilton was the mid
Yep.
range king, and we
Yeah, it
started to see
was.
that again. Yeah, I'm excited about it because it's something different. I mean, I was excited when Steph and Clay brought out the 3-point barrage of shots from all angles of the court. Now, what I didn't like was the rest of the league following
Right.
behind them, doing the same things and doing it terribly. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember the game where the Rockets missed like, I don't know, like 53, something ridiculous. They were
Oh, 53
awful.
three-pointers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was like 53 three-pointers they missed. I mean, it was took. They took 53
But
three-pointers.
they missed more than half of them.
Yeah, it was crazy. It
It
was
was insane.
ridiculous. I
Yeah,
mean, it was beyond the Splash Brothers and we're gonna live and die by the three type thing. It was beyond that. I mean, they were just
right.
jacking it up.
Yep.
And it was kind of right after the Splash Brothers became popular and everybody started talking about Steph and how great he was and that, oh, I could do it too. And
Right.
Harden was already like a 3 point. He really only had the 3 pointer and the drive Euro step. That's really what he had. But then he became just a 3 point. And then once they start giving him the foul with it because he always fall.
Right.
He take the shot and then he fall back. You know, always get the foul. Still don't understand how he's getting that foul. Cause you look at the instant replay, guy didn't touch him. Like,
Right.
he was close. He did not touch him, and he falls back, and they give him basically a 4 point
But
play sometimes because he'll make
but to remember that was during the
it.
time
Get
when
the free
he
throw.
had that wicked step back shot where it looked like a travel. Everybody was like, man,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's
That's what I'm
got to
talking
be a
about.
travel.
Yeah, that extra
Yeah,
step.
that extra step, man.
Now
He did
everybody
it
be
in
like, when you
such a
look on
way,
Instagram,
right?
yeah, but see, now they
He
want to
like he
get
was
on
skipping. He was skipping
right,
back.
right. But now they want to be on Instagram and all that stuff, and they want to break it down, talk about, nah, it's a gather step. You get a
Right, right.
hop, then a gather step, and then you get what? Man, y'all better stop adding steps to the damn thing. A gather step and then a pivot. Like, no, man, he taking extra steps.
He taking extra stuff. 'Cause-
That's
But
what
the
he doing.
but the way he was doing it, he
Yeah,
was it just kind of looked like he was skipping. It was almost a dance.
yeah,
And I
right,
remember
right.
one game, Steph Curry tried it, and he got called for a travel. He's like, "Well, wait a minute. James get away with this all the time." So I don't know, but
Stay getting away.
yeah, but like I said, I love the evolution of it. I like how throughout the years, we went from the sky hook shot to the Jordan fadeaway shot. It just kept evolving to the Euro step
Yeah.
to the step back 3-point shot. It just kept evolving. So I'm waiting for the next
Mhm.
evolution. I'm waiting to see what they come up with next. I don't know if it's the Shea Gilders mid range.
I mean, that's kind of what it evolved to. Because think about it, it's really only three people that's really doing that to get like got that game like that.
Hmm.
And that's him, that's Shay, that's Brunson, and wait a minute, who's the third person? Now I missed the third person. Who the third? There's
I don't
one
think
other
it's a third
person.
person.
It's
Who
one other
else?
person that does that. That has that like little mid range game. Uh, shoot, it's blanking my mind right now. It's gonna come to me.
Okay.
But
I,
there's
I
one
can only think of
other.
those two. I can only think of those two.
But those are the only two that's as effective as it is. But it's somebody else that does that. They're just not as good as them two at it.
Oh, okay.
I just can't
Okay.
remember who it is right now.
Because right now, I mean, most of the league is either a layup or is a 3-point shot.
What's the
That
third
is
one?
the game.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And the analytics tell them that's what you do. Those are the if you're gonna shoot the low percentage shot, shoot it where it's 3 points.
yep,
The high percentage shot is the layup.
yep,
So
big
it
time.
makes sense. But not everybody can shoot the three like Steph and Clay. That was the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah. Yeah, it's very few. That's what made them special. It's
That's
very few that's going to shoot it like that at that
right.
high clip, that consistent. I mean, until Clay fell off, I mean, it might be something to do with the injury, but Clay not what he used to
No,
be.
he's not. He's not.
He's
Yeah.
terrible now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I
he
bet his
has his
unders all the
moments.
time.
He has his moments. Like he had a moment in Dallas where he
Right,
hit a couple of
right.
threes in a row, but they're
Yeah,
not as often as they were when he was in Golden State when he was much
no,
younger before the injury.
right.
So
Like not even close.
yeah, it's not close. It's not close. But
Mhm.
but going back to the finals, right? Thunder versus the Pacers. Um, who you got?
I mean, of course, I'm with most everybody. It's the Thunder's to lose. It's the Thunder's championship to lose, and not just because they got the home court advantage. They're just a better team. They just are. Um, but I am curious to see if Indy is going to stay with that high pace run game. That I don't understand when against New York. Sometimes they were slowing it down. I really didn't understand why they kept doing that. That's not their game. They're the Pacers. They run pace. You know what I'm saying? That's how they got there. I don't know why it seemed like they would just stop and start running three-man weave, ISO, pick and roll. I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all supposed to get that rebound and just book up the court. That's what y'all do. Y'all get it set up, and with 16 seconds left on the shot clock, y'all taking y'all shot. That's the pace away. And if you do that, that offsets a lot of teams because a lot of teams are not used to teams doing that like consistently. So it messes you up because your defense not set, right? Number one. Number two, if they score, it actually puts pressure on you to score. So you might get out of your game and start trying to keep up with them. You know what I'm saying? And that helps the Pacers. That's where they got where they at. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? These high scoring games ain't by accident.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll be interested to see how that works on OKC because OKC is so well balanced. They're so solid. They not high flying. They're not shooting a bunch of threes at all. You know, they're just a very well balanced team. They got a tough, stingy defense. They're athletic on defense. They contest every shot. You know, uh, so it's going to be interesting to see if number one, Indy's going to run that pace, going to try to do it, and number two, if they do, is it going to affect OKC? That's what I want. That's what I want to see. Because
Well,
I do expect this to be a high scoring series, like a lot of high scoring games.
I so that's why I disagree. I think both of these teams play very good
Mm.
defense, especially the Thunder. I think the Thunder have a really good defense and Holmgren, cleaning up the glass, blocking shots. I think he gives them that shot blocking presence. But I'm rooting for the Pacers. I'm gonna put it out there. I've been a Pacers fan since the mid '90s, early '90s when Reggie Miller got there probably 90, 89, 90. I forget when it was, but yeah, I've been a fan
Hmm.
since Reggie Miller, and I've been rooting for the Pacers since then. I still remember. I still remember. I was at my job. I was working at Sears, and I still remember when they played the Bulls, and Reggie forced that game 7 against the Bulls when the Bulls had won 72 games
Oh
that
yeah.
season. Yeah, I
Hmm.
remember.
Yeah, he
Like,
still come back to the.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
ecstatic. I was ecstatic. That game 7, that was a game 6 that forced a game 7. So one of the greatest moments in Pacers
Mm-hmm.
history. But they could never get over the hump. And to see them get back to the finals after 25 years, because they finally made the finals with a really good team with Chris Mullins, with Jalen Rose, Rick Schmidt, the Davis brothers, even though they weren't brothers, Antonio Davis and Dale Davis. They still couldn't get over the hump because they
Oh,
faced
right,
a
right, right.
Kobe and Shaq team that was just unstoppable. It was no way they were going to beat that team.
Yeah.
So to
Yeah.
see them get back, I'm rooting for them. I'm hoping they can win it. I think they can. It's going to be tough. I think I think OKC is all around a better team, player wise, defense wise, and they got the best player on the court in SGA. I think they're a better team. But it's just something magical about this team.
Hmm.
It's something magical about the Pacers. Like that game 1 where um Hollenberg shot that three and it bounced up and it went in. It's just something of destiny with
Yeah.
this team. You know what I mean? They're
That
not
did look
supposed
kind
to
of
be here.
magical.
That looked kind of
Yeah.
magical, man.
It
And they
did kind of
had
look kind of magical.
and there was the game where the Knicks had the lead, and I forget the guy's name for the Pacers. He couldn't miss from three. Remember the guy?
Oh, Nebom or Nimbom
One of
or
them
was it?
two. I think it was
Yeah, just
Nebom.
two people got similar
Similar
names.
names.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Nimbom
couldn't
or
miss.
Nimber. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, like
Knicks had
six
like a
threes or something like that, 6 or 7
yes,
threes.
right.
Yeah,
And the Knicks had like a 20-point lead. Like
yeah,
the Knicks should have won that series. The Knicks were the better team,
yeah,
but you can see they were defeated because it just seemed like everything was going the Pacers' way.
right. It
And the
was.
Pacers just seemed like a team of destiny. They shouldn't have beat the Knicks. They shouldn't have.
It sure didn't feel like it, but I think from the initial because Indy took them first 2 games.
Hmm. Right.
Right? And they took him in New York. So that completely changed it. You do 1 game, okay, you can get 1 game. But when you take two, the first
Right.
two,
Right.
that's a lot of pressure on that team that just got the joint that just lost home court advantage because now you got 2 games to win back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just one, you got 2 games to win back. So after that, I kind of felt like, okay, Indy's pace is messing with New York. They can't do their thing the way they do it because that pace is so fast. And then after the pace, they like to press. You know what I'm saying? They get that pressure. They make you run your defense up. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, what you saw was New York start running with them. It's like they lull you into running their stuff, the running their
Hmm.
type of game. And then after you start seeing here come New York, going straight to the basket. No setup, no offense. They just going straight to the basket, taking a shot. The Indy come back, press, boom, run down, straight to the basket. I mean, they were literally shooting with 16, 17 seconds on the shot on the clock for about a good 2.5 minutes. I was like, look at this pace. This is crazy. They just going up and down the court. And I think they ended up scoring like 72 points in the first
Yeah,
quarter.
yeah.
It's
But
crazy.
I like the fact that they go really deep on the bench. They use
Yeah,
a whole host of players. They do have a post player in Siakam. Siakam
yeah,
gives it that presence in the post in a
yeah.
mid-range game.
The best
So
thing
he
they
kind
got.
of yeah, he balances things off with all the perimeter scoring that they have with all of
Right,
those guys. So
right.
without him, I don't see the Pacers have no chance. I think Siakam
Well,
gives them a chance.
Well, he gives them that offensive presence, but on defense, that presence is Miles Turner. He's a shot blocker. He
Right.
gets some steals. He's that guy that you can't really if you don't take him too far away from that paint, you're gonna have a problem with that mid range because he hovers right there. That's his space right there. He's hovering right there at that mid range point. So that's gonna be a little point of contention too. Are they gonna have somebody take him out so he's out of the paint? And then because that's what his thing is, he blocks shots.
Right. Yep.
You know what I'm
No,
saying? He's
you're
the shot
absolutely
blocker.
right. But the question is going to be: Are they gonna are they gonna body SGA up just like they did Brunson with Neeb. I think it's Neebum.
Nemo, yeah, it's like Naismith and Nemo.
Nebo,
Nemo.
yeah, it's those two,
His two
and we
names
got
is
to get
close.
we got
Yeah,
to get familiar with these guys. I mean,
even watching
they're
them on the
new.
court, I got them confused. I'll be
I
like,
got
"Is
them
that
confused.
Nebo? Is that Nebo?
Yeah,
Neesmith?"
Neesmith, I don't know, but those two guys,
Yeah.
you got to give them a lot of credit for putting the pressure on Brunson. Even though Brunson had his moments,
Oh yeah.
they
That 35
pressured
point
him
game.
nonstop,
Yeah.
and I think just that pressure on him sped up his clock, made him do some things he doesn't normally do, made him
Yeah.
turn over the ball when he doesn't normally turn it over, made him
Yeah.
expend a lot of energy just to
Yeah.
get a shot off,
Yeah.
right?
Because and that's what I was talking about. What they started doing with Miles Turner, even that last game. Like, so they pressure him because they know he going. He going to the foul line. That's where he going. That's his shot right there. He going right in that area. That's that mid range. That's where he at, that foul line, like all in that area, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. That's his shot. But when he comes up there, now there's Miles Turner standing there. And it's harder for him to get that shot up because he got to arc it now.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? You got to arc that thing a little bit.
right.
So I'm wondering, are they going to do now? SJ is a different player. His mid range game
Different.
is
I was about
different.
to say he's different.
It's a different mid range game. He's not going to settle for the three. He's going to get to that paint somehow, some way. And the thing is with him is even when he'll make the shot, he going to the foul line.
Exactly. I was about to say he's gonna get the foul.
He's going to get the foul. He's going to go to the foul line now. Can you fall for any of the people to be in foul trouble? I don't think so. You're gonna
Okay,
need all the horses.
so it's Nee Smith,
Nee Smith
Nee,
and,
Nee
and
Smith,
it's Nee Smith and then
Nee
Nate
Bar, Nee
Nate
Bar.
Nate Barr. Nate
Yeah.
Barr. Okay.
Yes. All right, we got to get that straight, man. And we are, of course, we know Miles Turner and Siakam and
Yeah.
Halliburton, but we got to
Yeah.
know those other two guys. That's your shooting guard and that's your small forward. And
But
Nee
that's
Smith
another
is the one
question.
that couldn't miss from three.
Right. Right. But that's another thing. Who on OKC is gonna really check Siakam?
So,
Siakam is a he kind of like a wild card a little bit.
well, I think Holmgren is probably going to be the one on him, but he's not like a one-on-one defender. He's like a weak side shot blocker type defender.
Right.
So it'd
Right.
be
Right. Right.
interesting to see
Yep.
how
Yep.
the Thunder approach this.
Right.
Because
Yep.
I mean, both teams, man. I just like the lineup. I like how they go deep into their bench, how they rely on their young players, man. Like I thought that was the Knicks' problems. The Knicks only went what 6, 7 players deep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't have a deep
Yeah.
bench, and they rolled their starters hard all game. They rolled
Yeah.
them. You know,
Yeah.
whether you look at the Pacers, I mean, the Pacers was going pretty deep on their bench. I mean, they brought in a guy that didn't even play much, who was hitting threes. I forget his name. He
Yep.
was hitting threes, and he basically won the game for him hitting those threes, man.
Yeah.
So a lot of credit goes to these coaches, man, and I think that's part of the reason why Thibodeau got fired.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
because I
Yep.
think it's just putting too much pressure on his players. Thomas Bryant is the Pacers player that hit the two threes that basically three. He was 3 or 4 from three. Um,
Thomas
but
Bryant.
Thomas Bryant, he had 11 points in this game. Played 13 minutes, got you 11
Wow.
points. You got T.J. McConnell coming in. You know, he gave you three. You had 18 from Toppin. You know what I'm saying? He played
Mm.
25 minutes. They got
Right.
20 minutes from Shepard. I don't even know who Shepard is. Ben Shepard. Yeah, man. I mean, the Pacers were going deep. You got 20 minutes out of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, when you look at Thibodeau, I mean, that's the thing about him. And we knew this from when he was with the Bulls. But was this a smart move by the Knicks to fire him? You got your best performance out of him, out of the Knicks in 5 years, than the past 25 years. And Thibodeau was the coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
No doubt.
I just don't understand what the Knicks are doing. I thought that was a foolish move.
I mean, who you gonna bring in is better? Is the question. Like,
Mike Malone, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
That's all I can think of. I mean, he's the only one with championship, experience. Thibodeau has never been to the championship. Been in conference finals, but never been to the championship.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, got you good, but got you pretty close. Got you pretty close. But I guess pretty
Yeah,
close don't
I guess it doesn't count. I mean,
count.
he's done it twice. I mean, eventually he's gonna get over the hump. You just gave him Cat. You got Big
Right.
Cat, so let him develop Big Cat. I thought Big Cat should have been the difference. He should have been the reason that they beat the Pacers because the Pacers couldn't handle him in the paint.
Yeah.
He was given Siakam. Siakam was too small. Miles Turner's was too slow. So
Hmm.
he was the difference. Like I say, but the Pacers just seemed like a team of destiny. They were getting a lot. The ball was just bouncing their way. They were getting a lot of fortunate bounces for him.
Yeah,
So
they
why
were.
not give him another year with Towns to see what happens?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, makes sense. It makes sense. I
Yeah,
mean, you obviously had a good solid team. You played good during the regular season. You played good in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? You should give him one more year to see if he can go further. I mean, that's what teams
right.
do. They kind of work their way up, just how Indy did. They got to the conference championship last year. They lost. Now they in the championship. This is what teams do. Boston. They got to the conference championship. Then they went to the championship the next year. I mean, that's what teams do. OKC, didn't they go? Wait a minute, did OKC go to the conference championship? No, they got beat before the conference championship
Was
last
it
year.
good? Was
I
it?
think.
Yeah, because Minnesota was in a comp.
They were a good team. They were ranked. They were high ranked. I just can't
Right.
remember if they made it to the conference championship game. For some
I'm
reason, I
trying to-
don't think so.
Who made it to the finals last year?
That was Boston and
Oh, Dallas.
in
Dallas. How can
Dallas.
we
In
forget?
Dallas.
How
Yeah,
can we
Boston and
forget?
Dallas. Yep. Yep. With Luca. Boston and Dallas.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
So we got to ask the question: is it worth being an NBA head coach? I mean, you, you're hired to be fired, or you're hired to win and be fired. Because I've seen coaches that lose and somehow keep their job, but the
Right.
coaches that win, Mike Malone, Tom Thibodeau, I'm trying to think of my guy that used to be with Phoenix, led them to the finals, and he eventually gets fired the next year. It's just like it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It seemed like it is when you win.
Yeah, it's like when you win, you get fired, and you get fired in the craziest way. The coach
Yeah.
for Memphis, he had him in the conference finals a few years ago.
Yeah.
He's fired, canned. It's like,
Yep.
mate, they played their best basketball with him at head coach. Why would you fire him?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
get it. I
Yeah.
don't get it.
Um, well, especially in basketball, man. Basketball, like you said, you only need a couple pieces to make yourself better. Like
Right,
you don't need to gut the whole team to make yourself better. You just need a couple pieces, couple complimentary pieces. Maybe give your man a little bit more rest. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
right.
that's what the thing is. They ain't like how many minutes he was playing to everybody. But shit, I didn't really see the players complaining. I didn't see the players complaining
I
about it.
didn't. I don't think that's
That's
why they
what that's what
lost.
matter. That's what matter. If the players don't like it, they
Right,
can't do it. They can't handle it. That's what
but
matter.
I don't think that's why they lost.
No,
You
no,
know
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
think it's why he lost neither. He kept the best players on the team. I mean, on the court.
On the court, they performed.
Yeah,
I thought Brunson played very well. He had his moments where he was unstoppable. I
yeah.
thought Cat gave them, those moments too. They gave him the second score that Brunson needed.
Hmm.
It gave him a compliment to what Brunson did. So I
Right.
just didn't get it, man. It was just like, why not let him get another year out of it? So I guess that begs the question: what do the Knicks do next? What do they do for next year that gets them to the final? What do they need?
I think they need 3-point shooters. They need people who can shoot the three
Yep.
regularly.
Yep.
Brunson go in, they collapse on him, he could kick it out. You know what I'm saying? They just need some people regular. I mean, they got streaky kind of, you know what I'm saying? But they don't have nobody that's going to hit 7, 8 3-pointers. They don't have nobody you even expect to hit that on that team.
Right. I think my biggest thing is they need more production out of Bridges. I
That too. That too. But he had his moment when he was in Brooklyn where I thought he was about to take off and be like, you know what I'm saying, this player, but he just never reached his potential, it seemed like. I
he,
mean, It seemed like he was about to go, and then he just said, "Nah, I'm good right here," and he just stayed right there. He
Yeah.
another mid ranger. He another mid range guy, that like to shoot that mid range,
Yeah,
but
but I mean,
he's not
if you
consistent.
playing 30, 40 minutes, man, you got to give me more than 15 points
Yeah,
and one
yeah,
rebound and four assists.
yeah, yeah. He's
That's
not productive. He's not productive out there.
right.
You know.
It's like he's not even out on the court sometimes. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
He just doesn't make his presence felt. And I think
Hmm.
he's the missing piece, right? They need a third player on that team that can that will be consistent, that will give you
Hmm.
20 points a game, that can take over for Brunson when he's out of the game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
They need that third player. So it's got to be him. I don't think they can make any more moves because they don't have any more assets. They gave up the assets to get him. They gave up the assets to get Towns. So they got to
Hmm.
do with what they have. I think right now it's about finding the right coach. I think that's a problem. Um,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
this team was structured in Thibodeau's likeness. You know,
How long Thibodeau been there? How long has he been?
5 years, 5 years.
5 years ago. I mean, I guess they gave him enough time, but it was an improvement. I mean, they obviously got to here.
What
You
you
know what I'm
mean?
saying? There's
Was an
improvement.
improvement.
Yeah,
It's a
there's
huge
improvement.
improvement.
Yeah.
Prior to him, I forget how many playoff wins they had prior to him. I
Right.
think it was seven. And
Yeah.
now they had
Yeah.
like 20 something playoff wins with him.
Right. Yeah.
They had 12 coaches before him. They had
Mm.
seven playoff wins.
Wow.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And he gets fired for that, being too good. I don't know.
Yeah. That don't make a
I
lot
don't
of
know
sense.
what's going on in his organizations. I don't know. Maybe Thibodeau was going around talking, crap. Maybe his contract was up and maybe he wasn't taking any less. You know, that's
Mm.
the only way I can see it. I just can't imagine. I mean, because if this was his fifth season, he probably was on like a 5 year deal, and it probably was like the last year of his contract
On
probably.
his way. Yeah.
Yeah, and if they
Yeah.
probably couldn't work out a deal, just like okay, if you're not gonna give me an extension, let me go. So
Right. Right.
that's
I
the
mean,
only way I
yeah,
can see it.
that could be. I mean, we ain't gonna know until we actually hear from him. But yeah, I
Right.
mean, that could be.
Right. That could
That's
be
definitely a
it. That could be
possibility.
it. Yeah, because
Hmm.
they don't like coaches going in a lame duck year on
Right.
their last year of their deal. So
Yeah.
all right, so what about the T Wolves? What do the T Wolves need to do to get to the finals next season? I'll tell you right now, they need a point guard.
They need.
Mike
That's what I
Conley,
say.
Mike
Yeah.
Conley is not going to do it. You
Yeah.
need a
He's
true
too
point
old.
guard.
Yeah, he's too old and antiquated. He's not involved enough in offense. You need Edwards to be more consistent because you can't handle them 11-point games and stuff like that in the playoffs. You can't
No,
do it. Can't have 50. Now you
right,
supposed to be baby Jordan or whatever you're supposed to be. You ain't supposed to be having no 15, 16-point games. When
right,
you're the main scorer on the team, nah, you can't do it. You just
right.
can't do it. He needs to step his game up. Rudy needs to step his game up and be a real center, man. I don't know when he started getting soft, man. He started not rebounding, man. It's so weird. I don't know what happened. He
What
used
you
to
mean? You
be
always been soft.
yeah, but he used to at least get rebounds. He was like getting
Huh.
12, 14, 16
Yeah, yeah,
rebounds.
right, 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 right. I got you.
Getting toward the end of this season, he was getting like 5, 6, and 7 rebounds. Man, he wasn't even getting double digits.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
that's pretty bad.
what's going on, Rudy? Like, do that. You don't score. You block. You play defense. You get rebounds. That's it. You're not
Right.
you're not known to be the scorer. But now you don't even do rebounds. Like I don't know what happened. I don't know if he was hurt, what, but toward the end of the season, like the second half, maybe like right after All-Star, uh, that's when he started just going downhill, man. He just wasn't a presence
Mm.
inside no more. I
Right, right,
mean,
right,
be one of the few big men that they are. But I think they need another big man to relieve him when he's not out there.
right.
Like you said, a true point guard for
It is
sure.
true point guard. Yes, desperately.
Yeah, one
Because
is
I
for
mean,
contribute.
but what? But yeah, because they need a third scorer.
Yeah,
But it put a lot of pressure on Edwards to be the facilitator, to handle the ball, to get everybody else involved, and I think that took away from his game. So
right.
he cannot be the point guard out there. And Mike Conley just gave him nothing. So they need a
Hell
point
of a
guard.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're not gonna get that through the draft. You're gonna
Yep.
have to go out and get somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
big
So
time.
I don't know how you do it. So they ain't going back to the finals. I can tell you that much.
Uh, it don't feel like it. No,
Yeah,
no.
and unfortunately for Edwards, that's going to hurt his legacy. You know what I mean? As being the face of this league.
Yeah, yeah. It definitely is. I mean, um, I don't know what's on the horizon for them. Yeah, I think this is their shot right
I
here.
think so too. Yep.
But I mean, don't get me wrong, they still had to go through OKC, which probably wasn't gonna happen. But um, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what changes they try to make. Right now, I just don't see it because I didn't really have them on my radar at the beginning of the season. Think that they was gonna be this a good team that's even competing for a championship.
Really,
Nah, I really didn't. I
I
really
had him
didn't
there.
on there. I mean, they kind of pushed me in that direction during the season. But because they was like one of the top defensive teams and stuff like that. He had Anthony
Right,
was, elevating his game, trying to get to the plateau. But he hit a plateau somewhere. He just stopped elevating, you know, and he's still
right,
not consistent. He got to show me he can do that consistently. Like you won one or two games here and there, you able to do that, but you can't have 42 one game, they come back with 11-point game. You just can't do
right, right.
it.
Right. I give a lot of credit to the Thunder. They were pressuring him a lot. I know they were trapping him a lot, forcing the ball out of his hand. But
Yeah,
he has to be able to handle it. Or Minnesota has to give him somebody else that can help him. I thought Randall was a good option. He helped, but it just seemed to be it was just him and Randall. Um, and then Nas Reed didn't provide much coming off the bench. But he does just enough coming off the bench. He was the sixth man of
yeah,
the year. But you can't expect a bench player to be a third scorer. So
right.
that's the problem with it. They don't have much of a third scorer. Rudy doesn't
Yeah,
provide that.
no, no. He's sometimey, but you know, he's gonna get his own points off of
Rebounds.
rebounds and
Yeah.
fast breaks sometime here and there. But yeah, he's not gonna make his own shot.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm just looking forward to these finals right now. Like I said, I'm rooting for the Pacers, but I know, Oklahoma City, you know, that's a very good team, and they have a true home court advantage in OKC and that's in that arena with the crowd behind them. So it's going to be tough, and they play really good defense. That's what I really like about them. They are like an old school team, man. That's what you got
Yeah,
to respect about OKC. Old
yeah.
school '90s team.
Not
You know.
flashy, ain't all them 3-pointers. They ain't shooting
Mm.
all that crap. Uh, they're like you said, it's like more old school type. You know, X to those. Here you
Yep.
go, boom. You see that every time they come down, they running a play.
Yep.
They
They
running
run
the
the play.
offense. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now, yeah, SGA end up with the ball. Yes, he is up with the
Well, that's
ball,
how it
but they
was.
still run the play.
But that's
Yeah,
how it was in the '90s. You had one or two people on the team that got the bulk of the shots.
yep,
They were
yep.
lined up 1-on-1, whether it was in the post or it was a pick and roll like the
Mhm.
like the Jazz did. The Jazz only had two
Yep,
players, right? It was
yep.
Malone and Stockton that took the majority of the shots. Now, if you double team Malone and
Hmm.
Stockton, they'll dish it out to Hornacek and he'll shoot the three. But that was the
Yep,
offense. You know what I mean? So
yep.
OKC, they kind of bring it back to that, but they got a variety of players and stuff like that. I like what I see from them, but I'm rooting for the Pacers, as I said. I've always been a huge Pacers fan, so
Yeah,
we'll
man.
see.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. For sure. I mean, yeah, it's good to root for the under. I mean, I just want to see a good finals. I can't say I'm rooting for anybody, but I just want to see a good finals. If they take one, that'll make it even better, more suspenseful. If they
right.
take one at OKC, that'll make it like, okay, now this might be a finals. I just don't
Well,
want to see no
look,
blowouts.
all I'm glad about the beauty of this finals is that we will get a new franchise that
Yeah,
has
they
never
didn't have
won
a
a final.
championship before. That's right.
That didn't have one before. So
That's
that
right.
is the beauty of this finals. There
That's
will be
right.
a city that will celebrate the NBA title for the first time ever.
Yep. Yep.
Yes. So
Absolutely.
regardless of who wins,
Yep.
it's going to be a wonderful thing, man.
It's a new champion. Yeah.
A new champion, a new franchise that be a
Absolutely.
champion. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I hope
Yeah.
it's the Pacers.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we gonna see. I mean, a lot of people saying I've been talking to people about it, and they like, oh yeah, this is gonna be, you know, pace. I'm not Pacers, but this is OKC in five. OKC in five. They might,
Ah,
yeah, OKC in five. Indy only gonna get one game. And I'm like, we gonna see how the pace works. I'm telling you, that pace changes things. It changes the
yeah.
whole thing if you're doing it effective. Now you got to make your shots when you're doing it, but when they running that pace, it changes things. It makes the defense
I
have.
hear you, but that OKC Thunder defense is really good. It's really good.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I mean, they do have a game, that one game, that's kind of a little chicken in their armor for me when they gave 143 points up
Yeah,
to
they
Minnesota.
did. Yeah,
That was like, ugh, like what the hell happened there? They didn't score and they didn't play defense.
right,
But I mean, they got it together. That's it. That's what's most important. But
right.
yeah, we gonna see. I really
Yeah.
want to see how that pace if Indy runs it because, like I said, a couple games they didn't do it with New York. I don't know if they said, "Hey, we got a half court game too. Let's show them our half court game." I don't know. It was weird. They just stopped running it.
Or maybe New York was just playing good defense.
I mean, I would say that if they were running the pace, they were pressing the ball, and New York is making them drop, miss shots. But it really wasn't the case. They were sitting there. It was, hand the ball, dribble up slow,
Mhm.
call the play, run weave, going in and out, passing it, running it. I'm like, what is this Indy? What is Indy doing right now? This is not Indy. I'm not seeing what I thought I was going to see. You
Mm.
know,
Okay.
um,
All right. So what do you got? You got what? OKC and what?
I got OKC at six. I
And
think Indy's
six.
going to win two games out of it. Um, but we're gonna see. If they can run the pace effectively, I might change my mind on that. I might give them three games. I might go seven.
All
If
right.
if 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 the pace works, if the pace is effective and they actually run it, I, I might change my mind and give them one more game.
Oh, I believe it's
Okay,
going
season
seven.
win.
I believe it's going seven. I
You think
got
it's
the
going seven?
Pacers. I got the Pacers winning in OKC on some magical, half court shot,
The first
something great.
game, or you just mean one of them, one of the games in OKC.
No, I think they're gonna win the seventh game in OKC because the seventh game will be played in OKC.
Oh, okay, right.
So I got the Pacers winning. I'm hoping that they win. That's why I got them winning. Hey, look, don't put no money on this. I'm just telling you this. This is all feelings. Ain't no facts here. All feelings.
Fill it over fast.
Feelings over facts. I'm going Pacers in seven. I just think there's something magical about this team. And something magical is going to happen again because OKC is very, very good. That's facts. Very
Yeah,
good.
that's
And
fact.
this should be their finals. Easy.
Yeah.
But something about this Pacers team that I can't really put my finger on. And
Mm.
I'm hopeful that this is their year to get that finals. I'm going with the Pacers in seven, winning in OKC to close it out on some magical overtime Naismith shooting seven threes in the fourth quarter type whack stuff to happen. So that's what I'm
Mhm.
going. Pacers. So we'll see.
Okay.
We'll be watching. Y'all check us out. So let's wrap this thing up, man. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Holla.